Welcome to the Danny and Paul Show. It's October 5th. Can you believe October 5th? We're only 30 days away from Halloween, and I'm already scaring myself today. Hi, Coach Danny. How you doing?
I'm wonderful, Paul. Thanks so much. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Hopefully, we don't run into any freezes today because we lost our last guest last week at the very end, and
That's right.
rocking and rolling. What are we talking about today? What do we got going?
Today I thought that we would share five things that businesses and people can do going rolling into Q4. So for to help their business to line their pockets a little bit. Um, yeah, so I thought that that's what we could talk about because obviously we're already in Q4, but for those that may not be on top of things or running a little bit behind, just want to give everybody a gentle reminder. Shove. Um, and it's just good because I have a client who was going to shut down her business. She has a lot going on. She has some family members that are sick, and she was just going to shut it down. And she has a an email list of a couple thousand people, and I was like, you have to be able to find some way to save your business. And so we really talked about that. And so we were able to really focus on what she did have in front of her, even though she didn't realize it because she was just being consumed with kind of the chaos going around her. And I work with smaller size businesses. Paul works with larger businesses. So we like to be able to, help everybody across the board here. So first off, kind of just review and adjust, just like I said, right? To be able to, as you're going into Q4, to look back at 2023 and just really what were your goals? Did you hit them? What strategies need to be changed? What can you adjust? It's always important to have your targets, know what they are, and then double down if necessary. And I would even say, since it's Q4, quadruple down if necessary. Do whatever you need to do. It is the end of the year. If you're a salesperson, companies sometimes are looking to, they want to dispense more cash so they don't have to carry it over to the next year. And so it's a great time, even though many companies may share, like, oh, we're busy. Oh, we got this, we got that. Just keep persisting. Just keep going. If you have a product that you know will help that business, keep calling. Anything there, Paul?
Oh yeah, I think I got a couple of things to add. Kind of interestingly enough, not within the fourth quarter thing, but I just had a conversation today wrapped with a potential client, and we were talking about business continuity. And you brought up the point of the lady who was going to shut down her business because she had some family issues going on. And small clients, large clients. My prospect today, we talked a lot about. My question to him was, if you get hit by a car tomorrow, what happens to the business? And he's a small business owner, small being he has about 150 employees. He's doing international business. And he looked at me and he said, business dies tomorrow. So we got into a very large discussion about business continuity and having a disaster recovery plan for your business. So those are definitely subjects we'll get on later. But since you brought that up, I wanted to
Yeah.
talk about that because you just don't think about it. There's so many things that could impact your business. From the fourth quarter, some companies get the fourth quarter blues, and some companies get the fourth quarter heydays.
Hmm.
Um, because there are some companies that are like made too much money this year and they need to have some expenses, and you'd love to have those as the clients because you can go after their business. A lot of it depends on your deal cycle. What can you do to impact the fourth quarter? Um, some companies have 180, even 12-month deal cycles. So you're actually doing business out there hunting for new business for fourth quarter next year,
Mm-hmm.
12-month deal cycle. If you got a
Yep.
30 deal cycle, you can rock it out over the next 3 months and really tag off on existing clients, calling on those existing clients, seeing if you can add additional small products or services to your existing portfolio with those clients to build up the revenue. One of the things that you said that's really great is taking a look back. So if I made a goal at the start of the year, how close am I to that goal? Right? And how many more clients do I need to get to the number? That's one of the reasons why 90-day planning is so important, is because if you underperform the last 90 days, you can set yourself to overperform this 90 days and tag out for a great year. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so you do need to take the time to sit down and analyze quarterly what you've accomplished, what you see as the bright points, and what do you see as the challenges in your last 90 days, so you can make a plan forward. So
Mm-hmm.
those companies who are marketing product, maybe you can add some new product to the portfolio to sell out to existing companies to bring the number up. Maybe you can add some additional services, or maybe you just haven't sold enough of the product you already have to your existing clients. Maybe they need to stockpile. Maybe, we're always in the supply chain game, right?
Yep.
Days we've got plenty of supply, and other days we don't. Look at your product and see how the supply chain's doing. If you anticipate bad supply in the next 6 months, maybe you want to stockpile product with clients so they don't have to suffer through the supply chain issue, which is
Right.
going to worsen the supply chain issue for some clients or for some people, but at least your clients are ready to go.
Yeah, and that goes back to another one of our shows about being a strategic partner almost, right? To that you're not just selling your services, but you're actually partnering with them, helping them think forward, helping the business owner lift up his or her head to say, "Oh gosh, there has been a supply chain shortage. Thank you for bringing that back to my attention as I'm rolling into Q4 to really think about what happens if things do shut down again, as there's like whispers about in the background of society about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And and then there's also with Q4 something that I just want to shout out to the sales people out there, is to write. The holidays is a great time to reach out to just wish people well as well, to bring back that human component, to hand write letters, thank you notes, not emails, but actually handwritten snail mail type stuff that really will set you apart from the crowd. That is something that I have always done. When I stopped doing it, when I felt like, oh, I'm too busy, I have too much going on, my sales actually went down the quarter after because of it. By writing just by just amplifying your own presence and thanking other people for their time will kind of put you in the front of line as well. So yeah, so amplify your sales efforts, your marketing strategies, and then outreach. And outreach can be in a multitude of ways. That snail mail, that actually picking up the phone and calling, sending videos to people, strategy, as Paul just mentioned. Just constantly adding value. Q4 is not a time if you've hit your quota. I was always one of those that hit my quota by Q3 because I didn't want to have to like go through the of Q4. But it's never a time to let your foot off the gas pedal. It is actually the time to continue adding gasolina to the fire, so that you can set yourself up for a wonderful following year.
Dani, the Q4 sandbagger. She's sipping on margaritas all Q4, enjoying Christmas because she burned it out Q3. That's funny. Um, yeah, I think that's huge, and I think one of the other things is really kind of you make a great note. One thing I was horrible at was the handwritten letters. I just my handwriting just not good. So um, uh, probably could have scored a few more friends, influenced a few more people doing that. Also, but Christmas cards, all that good kind of stuff is really key to keeping the relationships going. Uh, but ultimately, if you're going to grow revenue, if you're behind, you got to, as a business owner, as opposed to the salesperson, look at additional. And I did want to touch on the service industry too.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to talk about, all these industries when we talk about this. And sometimes it
Yeah.
pertains to one, doesn't pertain to the other. But with the restaurant industry, with some of the business service industries, any of that stuff, we don't realize how much holiday promotion matters
Yeah.
in those businesses. Even if you've never done it before, promoting and getting together with people or having a get together for your clients, for your employees, and for the people that work around you in your community, and the generation of goodwill. When a company does have that extra funds that you have a product that they need and want to stockpile, that's whose mind comes first.
Mm-hmm.
Here in Minnesota, it's amazing to me how many companies celebrate with their customers, celebrate even the news stations locally, really kind of bring everybody together, wrapped around Toys for Tots here,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of bring everybody together in that holiday giving mood. And how
Love it.
important is it to be a part of that as a sales rep, as a business owner? The people you meet.
And as just a good human.
That's the next podcast, the good human.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but being a good human gets you around other good humans, which does, by the way, generate business.
That's
So,
right. Yes. Yes.
so what else? What else, Danny? What else can we talk
Well,
about?
on that note of holidays, yeah, it's coming up and it's going to be here in a blink of an eye. So really, it's a great time to drive those promotions, the offers, sales events, limited time offers for that end of year promotion, to help them make that buying decision. Right, that's a nice way to say it. And really, yeah, and just really focusing on those promotions and getting your information out there as much as you can, because I'm so curious to see what this holiday season is going to bring. I just can't even imagine what my inbox is going to look like. I mean, email will never die. Email is always going to be around. Well, maybe it'll die when I die, who knows, but it is there now with AI, right? There is going to be so much more promotional materials being sent our way, I think, than ever before. So really, how are you going to stand above the noise? And as Paul said, I really think it is through community outreach, giving back to your community, being a pillar of your community, um, is what's going to actually allow you to rise above some of the noise of other type of companies that are just blasting people. Thoughts on that?
I would say you're right. You don't
Oh, I
say
love that. No.
they don't. Say, yeah, you never hear me say that. I just think, there's so many creative ways. We talk about, and this is a good point, is that we talk a lot about follow up, and 90% of the businesses out there, whether they're selling product or service, are absolutely horrible at follow up. It is like once in a while, there's no consistency to it. Um, I think one of the best things you could do in fourth quarter is make a new commitment to follow up and make the holiday season the reason, right? To make holiday season the reason
Love
to,
it.
to follow up and then continue right through next year. Put together a 360-day follow up plan, and that works whether you're on a 12-month deal cycle or a 30-day deal cycle. Is those follow ups, and it's unbelievable the response you will get. I don't have the numbers sitting in front of me, but I know that 52% of your business is closed within the first 3 days of follow up, and then it just jets down once you get out. Excuse me, it's the other way around. 52% of business gets closed after 12 follow-ups. I said,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, I'm in reverse world today.
Yeah.
I'm working everything from the other end.
Mhm.
So it's really important, and Christmas season is a great time, or the holiday season is a great time to hone those follow-up skills.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's easy to do so now. So why not, if you haven't had the consistency pattern in the past, like I said before, now it's the easy time to reach out to your clients and to people you want to connect with and network with by sending them greetings, by sending them cards, and then that can kickstart you into that habit. And I love that. I type that in. Make the the holiday season the reason for follow up. So is that what you said? It rhymed. Reason and season. That's what
That
I
is
wrote
what I
down.
said. I'm having my lawyer trademark that right now, Dani. Just
Nice, nice.
I've got a curious question along this because
Mhm,
you are the AI queen.
mhm,
So why don't we talk about how, as opposed to what, how would we use AI to help us in this follow up? And I know this is off the cuff, so it's a test. How,
yeah.
how do we use it? How do we use AI? What would you do to create? Let's say I have 150 customers, and I
Mhm,
want to do something special for each one of them. Where would I start?
mhm. Well, of course, it all depends upon your CRM, sort of data you have on the back end. It's real easy now. I mean, there's been CRMs that make life easier for segmentation, right?
Mhm.
To know, even if Sally likes green and Ray likes blue, that you can segment all of it. So segmentation is huge. That's I came from the email space many years ago, and then you can easily ask ChatGPT or Claude to whatever chatbot you want, but to write you an email sequence um, for each particular segment. So if people are feeling more personalized. It's also, if you really want to take the time and you have the data on people, you can go into your chatbot and ask it hey, and prompt shouldn't be like, write me an email sequence for an e-commerce company. It can be, but you're not going to really get the juice that a chatbot can give to you. It really is um, putting in, I own an e-commerce company and we sell, I'm just going to say, we sell diamond rings, and our clients are mostly high end females who are CEOs of other companies, like as much data as you can put in about your customer or whatever you want chat gpt to give back to you is going to give you the gold. That's where the gold is. And then to also, once you put all that information in, to ask the chat bot, do you understand? And some people don't do that. And most of the times it will say, yes, I understand. But sometimes it will summarize for you. And then you're like, oh, no, 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 that's not what I meant. And so you really, you season your chat bot so that it is giving you what you want. So you could put in, hey, I want 150 different ideas to give to my clients in X, blah, 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 that deals that are under $10. I don't know, something like that. And it will give you many different things. And then you can choose, like, oh, okay, yeah, I really like that one. I'm going to send a gift basket that has this over here or a gift card over here. It really, email's the best. And then there's also SMS now. I mean, SMS is being monitored heavily by the FCC, which is, I think, part of why we had that emergency broadcast yesterday, which I didn't hear. I got a message, but I never heard it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We had,
Did you hear?
well, we had the air raid sirens going off. We also had a power outage. My backup generator kicked on for 3 hours, and
Oh,
air raid sirens are going off. We had a storm come through too, so
okay.
we didn't know if it was a tornado or if it was the national emergency thing. So
Wow. Okay.
it
Yeah.
was an
So
interesting day yesterday.
right. Right. Yeah. 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 Your world is interesting from time to time. I live in this. Doesn't get too. The weather is like sometimes it's very rainy. That's about it over here.
We went from 85 degrees the day before yesterday
Hmm.
is now a nice warm 49 out.
Wow. Wow.
We're
Crazy.
we're kicking it in the Midwest.
Yeah. Wow. But back to the, different ideas. So SMS is huge. You now have to get a 1-800 number so that you can be validated before you're sending messages. And that's because people realized, and people without the proper ethics, let's just say, would just send a text message to somebody and say, hey, Linda, how have you been? And somebody would respond, I'm not Linda. And that was acting as an opt-in. And so now they're really cranking down on that. But SMS, I would highly suggest everybody who is in business and to upgrade your CRM in which you can send SMS messages and have your clients opt in for that, because people are looking at their phone all day long. I know for myself, like I used to live in email all the time. I don't anymore. I open up my email 3 times a day. I set myself on a schedule where it's about 9, 10 a.m., then after lunch, and then usually about 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So so that I just make sure I'm not missing anything wildly important. However, anything wildly important will come to my text or my phone.
In a phone call,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, phone call. Exactly, exactly. And then there's
That's the
oh, go ahead.
that's the newest technology.
Hmm.
The phone call
Yes,
is
right.
something
It's all
something new
cyclical.
and interesting.
So all comes full circle, all comes back again. Yep. I remember when I purchased TiVo so that I didn't have to watch commercials. Oh, you don't know TiVo? Yeah.
I know it's Hero. I just haven't heard the name in a while. So
I know, right? I know. They were actually a client of mine a long time ago. And yeah, so that I wouldn't have to watch commercials. Well, now, like, commercials are back on, even those things that I was like, wow, I don't know. But I don't really watch much TV, so there you
just football.
go.
All right, cool. Well, I think so. What should everybody take away from today?
To keep to quadruple down during Q4. It's the holiday season, to reach out to your customers, to your prospects, to your network, to your community, to give back, give, give, give. Put those promotions together, make sure you're getting those in front of your clients, so that they can make a decision. And then really it's all about planning for next year. So don't wait until New Year's to start planning. Really strategize now, so that you can set yourself some ambitious goals, like the 365-day follow-up. So the holiday season is the reason to start a follow-up campaign, and set those ambitious goals so that you can outperform 2023, in 2024.
I take exception that you're using my words against me. I want to say it one more time. It's the reason and the season to set up that follow up. Now I can't even rhyme. I'm screwed.
But yes, and we do have 365 ideas of follow-up, 365 days of follow-up. It is something that is in our toolkit, and Paul's in my toolkit. So if you're
For
interested.
sure, follow up is a crazy important thing, and it's a good season to start that. That's
Absolutely.
awesome. Also, I think one of the other big takeaways is especially on the longer deal cycle where it's going to be outside of this quarter, and you've got deals from first, second, and third quarter that could possibly close or that haven't closed yet, and it's a
Pull
good
them in.
idea to pull those out, make some contacts, kind of understand why it's not moving forward. If it's budget, if it's timing, if it's politics
Mhm.
in the deal, find out what those politics are and who in your deal is slowing it down,
Mhm.
and find that out and start making some communications to see if you can move that forward a little quicker to come in underneath the close.
Absolutely.
We should do a deal desk once every couple of weeks and have someone bring a deal in that
Ooh,
we
that would be
can.
fun.
Yeah. So, morning deal desk. All right. So, yeah. So look at what you got, figure out what's working, what's not, and then execute on getting it done.
Spread cheer, happiness, love. Smile.
Yeah. Happiness comes with closed deals.
Amen.
All
All
right.
right. Well, thank you
Take
so
care,
much.
everyone. Thanks for spending time with us.
Take care.